My name's Dustin Wendell Smith. I am the owner of AteOneTree Productions, and it is a multi-production company that focuses on music, video, lighting, and events. I just got into music because I loved it. I wanted to learn how to play guitar, but then you had to be a bass player because everybody could play guitar. And then you had to learn how to make beats because rap was the hottest thing. And then once all the rappers stopped, I had to start rapping. So now I'm just some guy who loves the scene, loves lights, the club, playing guitars, beats, music, singing, rapping. So I just try to fuse it all together with a bunch of different artists. I liked anything, I guess, that was coming up that was poppy, but I heard Metallica Black, the guitar solos on there made me want to play guitar. Dr. Dre, The Chronic, made me want to make beats. 9 Inch Nails really got me into electronic music, like electronic rock, fusing it together. So I don't know, those 3 things I just kind of, I tried to sing and that didn't work so good. So I hid behind an instrument, that was easier.
I tell it like it is, the truth with no fibs. Your babies can't handle the proof, I got bibs. A daddy to 4 kids, I handle my biz. A musical genius, you can call me the Wiz. Like D. Ross and Mike J, I got plenty to say. I'm the hardest worker, but I'm still underpaid. Nigga, I don't play, the labs where I stay.
I make music under the name Drop D. I rap over beats that I make and then play guitar or other sounds or instruments. As an artist, I have to put everything aside when I'm doing the shows because I have to look at it from a business side. I have to make decisions that I don't always want to make, like cutting myself out of the set because we're having technical difficulties. A good friend of mine had said, hey, 813, you should just call it AteOneTree. That's pretty much it. AteOneTree Productions, it sounded cool. It represented it. It kind of had like a family nature resemblance, and I have roots from all through the Bay, St. Pete, Clearwater, Tampa, Brandon, Valrico, Seffner, so it just made sense to make it kind of like a family tree rooted organization. We do music and video and lighting for events, photography. We compose music for movies, rap beats. We work with EDM producers, DJs, bands, pretty much every genre. I normally book a venue, find a DJ with turntables and, you know, maybe a host or entertainer to help set off the visuals and kind of manage everything. And then the DJs just kind of like book, you know, DJs they know, and I'll grab a handful of rappers and maybe a guitar player, a drummer or something, and make sure there's a live act, there's a hip hop act, and there's EDM acts. I try to find people that have some kind of common ground, some common understanding, and then we all want the same goal basically, to have our art be heard.
My name is Kelsey.
My name's Zachary Lawrence.
I'm Dreama Roxy.
I'm Adriana Sanchez.
My name's Michael Waterfield. I go by Sunny True Love or Mikey Mike.
We're a musician, so on a good day, I like to say.
Yeah. We're in a project called Ghost Mode.
Well, I write music and I produce beats with Dustin.
My stage name is Zalys.
I'm with AteOneTree Productions.
Kel Saucier, visual effects and motion graphics artist.
Me and Dustin met probably, I think, 4 years ago through a mutual friend. He lived down the street and we were hanging out and Dustin drove by and then he was like, oh, he does music, and he was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah, come by, because my friend told him that I was like, you know, I was pretty good. So came by and we just clicked and been making music ever since.
He seems like he knows a whole bunch of people. He's real cool. He's funny. He's talented. He plays a lot of instruments.
He shows me a lot. I can bring him any piece of equipment, and whether it's new or old, he's like familiar with it. So, I brought him the Chaoslator Pro when I got that, and this electronic keyboard that works with a lot of the software out now. And he shows me how to work everything and shows me his equipment.
I've actually known Dustin quite some time. I used to be in a project called the Port Sessions, and I was the lead guitarist for that project. And we started probably, I would say, in about 2012. And I met Dustin through the rhythm guitarist, because we came here to try to start a side project.
AteOneTree, well, I didn't know what he was doing at the time, but when I got reintroduced to him at the show, I found out that he was running the whole production, and that's what he's been doing for a couple of years now.
Pretty much everybody in AteOneTree is from around this area or from around this town, and I've lived here since I was probably like 12, and I just support the local movement and the local exposure, and it's a great town and it's a great city, and hopefully we blow up.
They are the most accepting of my type of music. Not everybody really likes what I do, and I want to do so many different styles. I don't want to just do just hip hop or just blues. I like to do all of it. So I at the AteOneTree shows, I can do all of that, and the crowd will pretty much like any of my songs.
AteOneTree has probably the best perspective, in my opinion. They broaden genres.
Just like everything that's already provided, like the music studio, like the equipment, the exposure, they get the venues for you. You just got to show up and perform and, just invite whoever you want and try and draw a large crowd.
I had never done a show before. My first show was with them, and coming over here and recording stuff and encouragement, definitely. Mainly just getting over my stage fright and finally getting out there and meeting other artists and stuff like that.
Sometimes we have all the artists here and we'll be taking turns in the booth, but we all support each other's music, and we're just really close-knit. We just support each other no matter what's going on. And it goes further than the music, it's not just about music. Music is about expressing yourself, and it's really important. Sometimes this is a release for people,
Probably being open-minded.
Yeah, being open-minded. They've helped with, I guess, putting us out there, playing some pretty good venues.
I feel like the people there are really there for a purpose and not just for the wrong reasons.
The end goal for AteOneTree would be to have national artists of different genre and different ethnicity with different styles, and have kind of like a artsy fair sort of vibe to each one. So every show is like a art show. It has art of all forms. It has visual arts, has dancing arts, has singing, dancing, rapping. Everything that you can incorporate into art will be done at a show. Even talk to people online and have them have shows the same time as you in different places and broadcast it throughout both places. Just kind of push the envelope and see how far you can go with modern technology.
Really got me going crazy. Call me Mikey Mike from the underground. Yeah. Call me Mikey Mike from the underground. Yeah. Cause when I die, I wanna get high. Trying to chill with my dogs. Call me Mikey Mike from the underground.